So here we have the new 2025 Ford Expedition. This one comes in the active trim level, 4-wheel drive. Paint is dark matter gray metallic. And then we have the space gray ActiveX interior. Powertrain consists of a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 engine that's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this one is about as basic as it gets for the new body style Expedition. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights. And I really like the design here. At first, I wasn't really feeling it compared to the Navigator, but the front end is kind of growing on me, specifically in this trim level. I feel like it's just enough, but not too much. And down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 20-inch aluminum. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Power door lock controls, power mirror controls, rear window lock. The power mirrors do fold and you do have blind spot monitors in them. 1-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors. 4-wheel drive controls are here. So full 4-wheel drive, 4 low, 4 high, the auto, and then you have the 2-wheel, and then you can go through your drive modes with this knob here. This opens the glass and then that pops open the lift gate. But electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Hood release there. It's a trailer brake controller. And here's the power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And I really like this space gray interior. It looks really good, again, for this to be the active trim level. But I want to give a huge thanks to Ford, Lincoln, and Franklin for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, and the space back here is fantastic. Absolutely great space. Seat back pockets are on both sides. And then if you look underneath here, you get 2 USB-C charge ports on either side. Bottle holders here, rear AC controls. You can set that to auto if you want, cut that on or off. And then you have a 3-prong 120 household plug-in there. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. And then nice heavy hanger hook here. You could probably hang a whole uniform on here if you need to. And then your lights are there. Rear AC vents. And there's a fuel filler. Now as we come around to the back end here, we do get LED tail lamps. And they don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. And then tow hitch integrated there. Spare tire. And there's your exhaust. And then the rear parking sensor is integrated in the back bumper there. Now, to actually open this up, button right there, pops open the top half, and then to get the bottom half down, push that there. And there's your storage. And for this not to be the longer wheelbase, pretty good space behind here. You get a 12 volt, which is cool, and then you also get a 120 volt 3-prong. And that's something I haven't seen before. You have a 12 volt and a 120 in the back here. You even get 2 USB-C charge ports, so tons of room to charge your devices. And then your 3rd row, you can power fold that 1-touch up or down. Now the seats up front do need to be up far enough, and I think that's just gonna make it. Oh, nope, it's not. But it will fold flat, and then it will do that and fold back up automatically. But seat, or the top tethers for the car seats on the back of the seats themselves, 2nd and 3rd row if you need to put in 5 car seats. And then 2 USB-C charge ports on either side, and you can move the 2nd row seat forward or back. So, I mean, just a lot that you get here, again, in the active. Now, as we come around to the rear passenger side, I'm gonna show you how to fold these seats flat. Just pull up there, that easy. And then you have a button here. If you push this, and it tumbles it forward. If you don't wanna slide out that way or put the seat like this for whatever reason, then pretty easy to just lock it back into place and then grab that bar underneath, and that's how you can adjust the seat forward or back. Front passenger seat here, power with 2-way power lumbar. lockable glove compartment. And then you all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at this window sticker. But $72,675 is the sticker price. Now back around to the front. There's that 3.5 EcoBoost. Again, a twin turbo V6. And then if you're interested in the parts content, here it is. But let me show you these blinkers. So full LEDs there, as you can see, mirrors, front and back. Well, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So nice leather wrap steering wheel. It's a different design, having that 2-spoke design, but I like it. There's the horn. Now over here to the radio, we do get the Google Maps, Google Assistant system here. So you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto built in here, AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, Play Store, Google Assistant, again, Google Maps there. But pretty easy to go through all of your kind of controls here, what you get, and then easy to get to the settings here. You can adjust the units, language, all of that there. Now the difficult thing is going to be activating the headlamps. Buttons over here, click that, set it to auto, turn the low beams on, whatever. But I kind of like it because you set it on auto, 99.9% of the time you will never have to touch that. And then you can go through your widgets here to see what pulls up on the screen. So I really like that. Dual zone automatic climate controls. We can control the fan direction, all of that, fan speed, and then pull up the whole climate menu right there. And then your hazards are here. Hit this button if you want to fool with the parking chimes, auto stop toggle, camera. So you do get a front and back up camera along with the bird's eye view there. And then you have your traction control and your downhill brake control there. But to shift the 10 speed, hit the brake, reverse, neutral drive, manual mode, and then you can manually shift right here. And then your Pro Trail, you can fool with that there. Wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A duo there. You can stow all of that. Bottle holders, and then you can slide the whole system, or the whole center console back if you want to, for additional storage. So that's pretty neat. And then you can open the center console cubby space here, removable tray, 12 volt, and then 2 USB-C ports. This thing has to have 10, 15 USB ports in it, so that's pretty neat. Now for the panoramic sunroof on this one, you can vent or you can slide it. That's a one-touch slide there. Hit it a second time, and then it goes pretty much all the way back. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. The sunglasses holders here. And then you have the controls themselves, the lights, and all of that. Fold the headrest down the back. Garage door transmitter. And there's your vanity mirror. But that's the sunshade with it shut. Now back to the steering wheel itself. Activate your cruise here. Now this is something that takes some getting used to. But once you get used to it, it makes sense. So again, activate the cruise there. Gap adjust here. You can set, resume there. The lane keeping system you can turn on or off. And then over here, this is how you can control your mirrors and your steering wheel. So if you want to adjust the steering wheel here, you just, I don't know why I said mirrors, but you click here and then press up, down, then you can telescope that way. So it's interesting. And then voice recognition, volume, track list, radio station presets, and you can see everything as you kind of go over it there. Sorry for the flashing of the screen, but that's just what it does. And then push button starts here. Key fob with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2025 Expedition Active out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Expedition here, ride quality, I can just tell off the bat, it's very nice, very collective, that makes sense. The steering feels good, but the ride is still phenomenal. It's just, it's weird. As I kind of hit the steering wheel back and forth, it's very boat-like, but I still feel like I'm in complete control, if that makes sense. But we're gonna put it into the eco mode for this part of the drive. Yeah, it's just really quiet in here. Now, for this to be the active trim, it's still relatively expensive, around that $72,000, $74,000 price point, but it does have quite a bit. It reminds me of the Yukons having the elevation trim where you're not really seeing the cloth SLEs anymore, where it has a lot, even though it is, again, the base model. But it just feels good in here. It doesn't feel like I'm in the cheapest trim. I feel like I'm just in any old Expedition with leather. This ActiveX feels very nice. Now, even in the eco mode here, the pull is pretty good. It's not like it necessarily kills the engine like some other eco modes, but it does just kind of require you to put a bit more of your foot down to get it up to speed. But it's so smooth. Like, the eco mode is just probably the mode I keep it in most of the times, specifically if I was driving around a place like here, just kind of running to the mall or whatever, staying in the right lane, cruising. It allows you to get the best of that 15 city 23 highway as well. But it's just almost a chauffeur-like ride here. The gears shift very smoothly. The engine, again, is very limited. It's just very relaxing. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Expedition today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home though, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I'm going to put it in a sport mode here and give it a pull. Here we go. So it wasn't flooring it, but again, the sport mode kind of keeps the revs high, everything like that. And that was pretty nice, honestly. So with the Blue Cruise or the Copilot Assist or Copilot Active 2.0 here, we get that hands-free driving, which I love about the Fords. They're just, the hands-free system in these is fantastic. I have a 21 Mach-E and I love my Blue Cruise Active system there. But ride's pretty good. I feel just a tad bit of vibration with these bigger wheels and the steering wheel, but like only because I'm looking for it. It's really not going to be noticeable to the average person. And I do think this is a bit on the high side just for the price, but everything's so expensive now anyway. It's kind of just falling in line, like I said, with the Yukons, even the Wagoneers. But love everything about this trim. Has everything you need, nothing you don't. And it just feels super luxurious. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2025 Ford Expedition in the active trim level.